Nation let peace reign. On the news this evening, RISEC to publish names of candidates ahead of local government elections. Voters say they don't know candidates as Rivers Council election nears. PDP NWC endorsement of Rivers State Congress generates comments. Federal government warns Niger Delta states to prepare for possible floods. On the foreign scene, WHO approves first mpox vaccine. I am Kalada Kurubatspor. Let's go for a quick commercial. When we come back to news in detail. The full names and addresses of the candidates for the local government elections in Rivers State will be displayed at every unit on Monday. This is according to the election scheduled by the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission (RISEC). It shows that the location of polling stations and voters' registers will be posted the same day. Earlier, some callers on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire expressed concern that they still don't know the candidates from various parties just 3 weeks before the election.
Before a candidate will be elected to hold a position, it is said that the person will convey the content in his manifesto, things he ought to bring to the people. But unfortunately, in Rivers, following the calendar, time for our campaign is almost exhausting. The of nomination form is almost exhausting. Something that we need to speak up to ask.
This is local government election, and we are in an area of hardship. The government will not be spending money. Money should not be circulating everywhere because of something when no get ahead. Why are people giving word being problem?
Democratically and politically, up to now, I think everywhere is quiet. All I have been hearing is endorsement upon endorsement. So if you ask me, it's been happening since 2015, it's still going on, which is undemocratical.
Recall that the RISEC set 5th October for the local government elections across the 23 council areas of Rivers State. In another development, some key political figures in Rivers State have reacted to a report that the PDP National Working Committee (NWC) endorsed the state's congresses despite ongoing court orders. Recall that the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike-led PDP members conducted the congresses without the state governors in Alai Fubara's involvement. The PDP Governors Forum had urged the NWC to hand over party control to the governor. However, it is reported that the NWC approved the congresses, although no official statement has been released. Speaking on this, former federal lawmaker Ogbonna Nwuke said if the report is true, it confirms undue influence on the NWC.
What this means is the NWC has dared the judiciary. We stand very clearly with the governors who are saying that the constitution of the party is supreme, that those who ought to be leaders in states like Rivers State, the governor is the leader constitutionally. What you see, those who peddle rumors that someone has bought off the NWC may be right, because these people do not appear to understand that there is some urgency pertaining to how best we can find solutions in our party. The NWC should be in the driving seat, trying to make sure those fundamental values that we hold there as PDP members are respected.
Also, former state lawmaker Friday Nki said it is unconstitutional to remove party control from a sitting governor.
That's by constitution of political party. Governor of the state candidate is the leader of the party. A situation where you remove the party structure from him is not political, and we think that the NWC, I don't know how the reason, but I think that what they've done, you cannot render an executive governor irrelevant to the political party by not even knowing who are the party officials of this party. So it is the wrong decision. But what do we do? Maybe they were guided by their own party constitution, and because I'm not a member of the party, I might not know details of what is in their constitution concerning that.
On his part, elder statesman Anab Saraigbe warned the NWC not to expect the governor to allow them to sideline him.
If that happens, the governor would not fold his hand. Not that by expected by every other human being. We have not seen the conclusion of the matter. Definitely, the governor would not fold his hand to be beaten or to be. I would not know how he would fight, but every human being would never definitely fight. I think that's what is expected of him. And that will also make the PDP to correct his hand. Otherwise, and it's very clear that some people there how to destroy PDP. Let's see how they fall place. So we game plan is to ensure that PDP is cancelled.
Our correspondent gathered that the PDP National Executive Council meeting scheduled for 26 September has been shifted to 24th October, and it is expected to ratify all congresses that were held by the state chapters. Away from that, a taxi driver and father of four, Imo, Friday, has accused some officers from the Chobe Police Division of assaulting and brutalizing him. Mr. Friday told our correspondent that the officers attacked him after he refused to let them extort 100 naira from him along the NTA axis of Ozuoba in Obiakpo local government area.
3 passengers, 2 women and 1 man from Obrikwe down to Ozuoba. Those passengers, they were frustrated. There was no transport with them. I have to assist them to help them down there. Reaching after AIT, there was a police checkpoint. They asked me for 100 naira. I said, it's only 3 passengers. They should help. The other one said, if you are helping, I have to pack. Next thing I know, they carried back to block my side mirror. That was, I was very angry. Block the road. Said they will fix my side mirror. Then the road was blocked. People were staggered. Or their foreign policemen was angry with them. They start begging. Yes, from area command Choba division. They should caution them very well. They should mind the way they are behaving their foreign Nigeria.
Mr. Friday also alleged that the officers damaged his vehicle's side mirror and threatened to shoot him. He urged the police authorities to address the misconduct during stop and search operations. Mr. Friday's experience highlights the growing concerns of other motorists who accused the police of extortion under the guise of stop and search. Amid the depressing economic challenge across the country. Elsewhere, the family of a young man, Godslove Otto, from Rumoduere in Obiakpo local government area, who was allegedly killed by 2 other local youths, is demanding speedy police efforts at ensuring that justice is served. The victim's father, Matthew Otto, told correspondent Soibi Uruwari that an autopsy is yet to be conducted.
They say that they will not allow those boys to come back to this community again. They will most surely charge them to court. Police people, when they will ask us to come for the autopsy, maybe within the next Friday, they will do it. But I'm waiting for the police to tell them the day they will do it. All the community, both the chief and the elders, they are against what those boys did. They have been doing it to others, and they are still threatening that they will do more. That's why we say that government will not allow them to come back.
Also, a leader from the community, Martin Enwuka, said the people are not pleased with the poor handling of the matter.
We are not happy that the police have not forced this matter to court. I handle this matter because this is pure manslaughter. The other one have already confessed to the state CID that now you be the one where you can never take that. This one said you can, that way you can, that one you can never die. You can never take that. Slaughter this boy, cut his neck. It's really unfortunate. I'm just surprised that this is 2 weeks now. Since on 29th of August, we are still talking about the autopsy. I'm not happy with it. What's happening? Let them take this matter to court because we don't want those boys to go free. Because if they go free, some of their friends here will continue. If they will kill another person.
As you may know, the killing of the youth is linked to an alleged dispute over compensation from an oil spill in Rumoduere 2 weeks ago. The police are yet to comment on this. In other news, environmental manager Meshach Uyi has expressed concern over the lack of preparedness by the Rivers State government for this year's predicted floods. In an interview with our correspondent, Mr. Uyi urged the government to implement emergency measures to minimize casualties.
To see if the flood comes comes. If the flood comes, then we'll see what we can do, send them relief material. No, we don't adopt a wait-and-see approach. Unfortunately, the state government seems not to be prepared. If they are, I've not seen anything, because when the budget was sent and passed, nothing regarding flood and flood management control was made in that budget. I have also suggested that the Rivers State government can, in this interim, send a supplementary budget to the House of Assembly for onward quick passage to be used for eventually take care of flood emergencies is huge resources.
Mr. Oyi also called for massive awareness in communities likely to be affected by the impending floods. Yesterday, the Rivers State Commissioner for Environment, Sidney Barra, said the state government is making plans to have a permanent IDP camp for victims of flood disaster in the state. In the meantime, the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Joseph Utsev, has warned the Niger Delta and southern states to prepare for possible floods. Speaking at a press briefing, Mr. Utsev also said the recent devastating Maiduguri flood was caused by the overflow of the Ngada River and not a collapse of the Alau Dam as initially speculated. Meanwhile, the Director General, National Emergency Management Agency, Zubaida Umar, says the flooding in Maiduguri, Borno State, is beginning to reduce and normalcy returning to the area. We'll go for a quick break, but still to come, fuel attendants allegedly engage in sharp practices amid petrol price hike. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Now the rest of the newscast. Some filling station attendants are allegedly engaging in sharp practices to extort unsuspecting motorists amid a hike in pump price of petrol. Some motorists said these attendants are manually adding extra charges to the automated pump prices. A correspondent observed the station in the Obirikwere area of Port Harcourt, where an attendant charged 1,400 naira per litre instead of the automated price of 1,313 naira. The driver, who was overcharged, expressed frustration at the unfair pricing.
They say per meter, 1,400 naira. My phone don't finish. I don't get choice. So I tell them they give me 2 liters. So that 2 liters now I go 1 times and that is 2,800 naira. So if you bring something like 3,000 naira, they give you for. They don't give you 3,000 naira. I want buy 3,500, but no way. I they feel bad now, but I not get choice. I get to buy. Before they arrest, they go say normal price, or they go say only in the night. But now they sell anytime when they like. Normal filling station, they right and there. But this one now they say 1 liter, 1,400 naira.
The Rumeme Council of Chiefs, Elders and Owo Holders have rejected the recognition of Ndamzi Nsirim as Nyenweli and paramount ruler of Rumeme by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. In a communique, they stated that Ndamzi was never crowned as their ruler and that only the Rumeme Council has the authority to appoint a paramount ruler, as confirmed by Supreme Court judgment. They also said those who presented Ndamzi to the government lacked the kingdom's approval. The council urged the governor to correct this mistake to avoid a crisis in the kingdom. The communique was read by their chairman, George Unwo.
Rumeme Council of Chiefs, Elders and Holders strongly dissociate themselves and reject in totality the wrongly recognition of Ndamzi Nsirin as Nyenwele, a paramount ruler of Rumome Kingdom, by His Excellency Sir Simonlayi Fubara. Ndamzi Nsirin, in whatever capacity, as wrongly presented to His Excellency Sir Simonlayi Fubara, was never coronated in any capacity to be the paramount ruler of Rumome Kingdom, in keeping with the judicial decision up to the Supreme Court, which rightly vested the traditional authority of Rumome Kingdom in the Rumome Council of Chiefs, Elders, and Holders.
They also said the chieftaincy tradition of Rumeme Kingdom and the court judgments must be complied with in the installation of the new Nyenwele of Rumeme Kingdom.
And Supreme Court of Nigeria, suit number SC/460/2010 must be complied with in this case. We are happy with the creation of first-class stool in Rumeme Kingdom by the outgoing administration, but Rumeme Council of Chiefs, Elders, and Holders, whose traditional authority is vested on, frown at the impunity of Rivers State government selecting an occupant to the stool. It is on record that the decision of the Rivers State government is being challenged in the court, awaiting the interpretation of the court.
Our correspondent reports that the Rumeme Council of Chiefs, Elders, and Award Holders also urged Governor Fubara to correct what they described as mistake and not allow desperate people to mislead him to desecrate the traditional institution of Rumeme Kingdom and plunge the kingdom into crisis. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, Ignatius University of Education branch, has condemned the ongoing victimization of their leaders and members in 5 universities across Nigeria. Speaking at a press conference, the chairperson of ASU, Ignatius Ajuru University of Education, Ikaite Ekpo, expressed concern over the refusal to reinstate ASU leaders and members at the Lagos State University, Kogi State University, Federal University of Technology Owerri, Chukwuemeka Odumegu Ojukwu University, Ebonyi State University, and Ambrose Ali University.
That continual persecution has led to suffering in their families. It has dehumanized them. It has kept them in perpetual purgatory. So please, we are calling on the governments of these different universities to please intervene and ensure that these people are reinstated. Apart from that, there were other 120 members of the other universities who were sacked for embarking on a lawful industrial action, demanding for a better working condition, improved university funding and payment of their earned allowances. These are their rights.
Professor Ekpo also said they are especially worried over the refusal of the management of Kogi State University and LASU to reinstate their members sacked in 2017, despite the investigation panel's reports that absolved them of the alleged infraction.
A case in point that is really what nothing is the continual non-reinstatement of the chairperson of KSU and LASU members who were dismissed unlawfully in 2017. And it might interest you to know that a panel of investigation was set up to investigate these issues, and the panel reports absolved them of the different offenses and infractions that were leveled against them. However, up till now, they have not been reinstated.
Correspondent Mikotika reports that the ASU chairperson called for the reinstatement and payment of the arrears. Now a look at the international scene.
And now we bring you news from around the world.
The World Health Organization, WHO, has for the first time pre-qualified an Mpox vaccine. It comes as the first MVA-BN vaccines, arrived in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the epicenter of the epidemic. DRC has recorded nearly 22,000 cases and 716 deaths linked to the virus since January. Time for a recap. On the news this evening, you heard RESEC will on Monday publish names of candidates ahead of the local government elections. The PDP NWC's endorsement of Rivers State Congress has generated comments. The federal government has warned Niger Delta states to prepare for possible floods. On the foreign scene, WHO has approved the first Mpox vaccine. The news was edited by Constance Irele Mega. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721-7215. I am Kaladako Rubatbo. Good afternoon or good evening.